For over 250 years, the story of America has been written on the waves. It's a history not just of battles and voyages, but of design, technology, and ambition, all captured in the hulls of its legendary ships. From the age of sail to the nuclear era, the evolution of American naval vessels is a direct reflection of the nation's changing role in the world. How did a fledgling nation's wooden frigates evolve into the globe-spanning supercarriers of today? This is the story of how ship design shaped power at sea. We'll journey through the key innovations that defined each era, from the revolutionary strength of live oak to the silent stealth of nuclear submarines. We'll see how tactical needs, from repelling pirates to projecting global power, drove engineers and shipwrights to push the boundaries of what was possible. This is a timeline of American sea power, forged in wood, iron, steel, and atoms. Our story begins in the age of sail. In the late 18th century, the newly formed United States needed a navy, not to challenge the great European powers, but to protect its burgeoning maritime trade from pirates and privateers. The answer was a new class of warship, the heavy frigate, and the most famous of these is the USS Constitution. Launched in 1797, she was a marvel of her time. Her secret weapon was her construction. The ship's hull was built with live oak, a dense, incredibly strong wood from the American South. This gave her exceptional durability in combat. During the War of 1812 against Great Britain, British cannonballs were famously seen bouncing off her thick sides, earning her the immortal nickname. But she wasn't just tough, she was fast. Her sleek design allowed her to outrun larger, more powerful ships of the line, while her heavy armament of 44 guns allowed her to outfight any frigate in the world. The Constitution represented a uniquely American naval philosophy, building ships that were qualitatively superior, designed to win engagements decisively. She proved that innovative design could be a powerful force multiplier, allowing a small navy to achieve strategic victories against a much larger foe. The next great leap in naval design was driven by the crucible of the Civil War. The age of wooden ships and sail power came to an abrupt and violent end. The catalyst was the emergence of the ironclad, a steam-powered vessel protected by iron or steel armor. In 1862, two revolutionary ships met at the Battle of Hampton Roads. The Confederate ironclad, CSS Virginia, was a formidable, casemate-style vessel built on the salvaged hull of a Union ship. But the Union had its own radical innovation, the USS Monitor, a vessel so strange it was described as a cheese box on a raft. The Monitor had an extremely low profile in the water, making it a difficult target. Its defining feature was a single, rotating armored turret containing two massive Dahlgren guns. This was a game-changer. Instead of needing to turn the entire ship to aim, the Monitor could aim its guns in any direction, a concept that would dominate warship design for the next century. The battle between the Monitor and Virginia was a tactical draw, but a strategic revolution. It proved in a single afternoon that every wooden navy on Earth was now obsolete. Steam power had replaced the wind and iron armor had defeated the cannonball. The future of naval warfare would be built of metal. Following the Civil War, America's industrial might surged, and with it, the ambition to build a modern, steel navy. By the turn of the 20th century, the U.S. was ready to announce its arrival as a global power. President Theodore Roosevelt chose to do this not with words, but with ships. In 1907, he dispatched a fleet of 16 pre-dreadnought battleships on a round-the-world voyage. Painted a brilliant white to symbolize peace but armed with powerful guns, the Great White Fleet was a stunning display of American industrial capacity and naval reach. These ships were transitional designs, all steel, steam-powered, but with a mix of large and small caliber guns. Their journey highlighted a critical logistical challenge: the reliance on coal. The fleet required a massive global network of coaling stations to refuel, demonstrating that a navy's range was limited by its fuel. This voyage was a powerful diplomatic statement, but it also provided invaluable lessons in blue water operations, ship endurance, and the strategic importance of logistics, paving the way for the next, even more powerful generation of warships. Just as the Great White Fleet was circumnavigating the globe, a new type of battleship was rendering it obsolete. The British HMS Dreadnought, launched in 1906, introduced two key innovations: an all-big gun armament with a uniform main battery of the largest possible cannons, and steam turbine propulsion, making it faster than any existing battleship. Every major navy, including the US, rushed to build their own dreadnoughts. These floating fortresses became the ultimate symbols of national power through World War I. However, the immense cost of this naval arms race led to the Washington Naval Treaty of 1922. This landmark agreement limited the size and number of battleships major powers could build, defining warship design for nearly 2 decades by placing limits on displacement, the total weight of a ship. But the treaty had an unintended consequence. With battleship construction capped, naval planners began experimenting with a new type of vessel, one exempt from the treaty's strictest limits: the aircraft carrier. In 1922, the U.S. Navy converted a coal freighter into the USS Langley, its first experimental carrier. It was a humble beginning, but it marked the dawn of a new era: naval aviation. World War II was the ultimate test of naval power, and it was the aircraft carrier that emerged as the queen of the seas. The battleship's reign was over. The war in the Pacific was fought across vast distances, and victory belonged to the side that could project air power. The U.S. responded with an unprecedented shipbuilding program. The Essex-class carriers became the backbone of the fleet. These were floating airfields, capable of launching nearly 100 aircraft to strike targets hundreds of miles away. They were supported by a vast ecosystem of ships, fast destroyers for anti-submarine and anti-aircraft screening, and the humble Liberty ship, a mass-produced cargo vessel that formed the logistical lifeline across the Atlantic and Pacific. Technology surged forward. Radar allowed ships to see beyond the horizon, day or night, while advances in damage control allowed ships to absorb incredible punishment and keep fighting. No ship embodied this resilience more than the USS Enterprise, CV-6. The most decorated ship of the war, she fought in nearly every major naval engagement of the Pacific theater, earning 20 battle stars and cementing the carrier's place as the new capital ship. Yet, the age of the big gun wasn't entirely over. The Iowa-class battleships, the fastest ever built, served as powerful escorts, their massive 16-inch guns providing devastating fire support for amphibious landings. The end of World War II gave way to the Cold War, a global standoff defined by a new terrifying technology: nuclear power. This innovation would once again transform warship design. The first revolution was nuclear propulsion. In 1954, the submarine USS Nautilus signaled the future. Nuclear reactors could generate steam to power turbines for months, even years, without refueling. This gave submarines nearly unlimited underwater endurance. The concept was soon applied to aircraft carriers, leading to the first supercarriers of the Forrestal class, and later, the iconic Nimitz class. These city-sized vessels could deploy anywhere in the world, launching nuclear-capable aircraft, and remain on station indefinitely. They were the ultimate instruments of blue water dominance. The second nuclear revolution was in weaponry. The Ohio-class ballistic missile submarine became the most survivable leg of America's nuclear triad. Each submarine carries up to 24 long-range missiles, providing an undetectable and devastating second strike capability. At the same time, guided missile cruisers and destroyers emerged, equipped with sophisticated radar and missile systems designed to protect the carrier battle group from swarms of Soviet anti-ship missiles. The Cold War Navy was a system of systems built around the nuclear-powered carrier and its defensive shield. Today's U.S. Navy is defined by precision, networks, and stealth. The supercarrier remains central, but it continues to evolve. The new Gerald R. Ford class represents a major leap. Instead of steam catapults, it uses an electromagnetic aircraft launch system, or EMALS, for smoother, more reliable jet launches. The workhorse of the surface fleet is the Arleigh Burke-class destroyer. These ships are defined by the Aegis Combat System, a powerful combination of radar and missile launchers that can track and engage hundreds of targets simultaneously, from sea-skimming missiles to ballistic missiles in space. But the quest for innovation continues. The Virginia-class attack submarines are quieter and more versatile than ever, designed for both deep-ocean warfare and intelligence gathering in coastal waters. And then, there are radical new designs like the Zumwalt-class destroyer. Its angular tumble-home hull is designed to give it the radar signature of a small fishing boat, pioneering stealth technology for surface ships. To address threats in shallow coastal areas, the Navy developed the Littoral Combat Ship, or LCS. These are fast, modular vessels designed to be reconfigured for different missions like mine clearing or anti-submarine warfare. The modern Navy is a networked force, where information is shared instantly between ships, aircraft, and satellites, creating a complete picture of the battle space. From the live oak of the USS Constitution to the stealthy angles of the USS Zumwalt, the evolution of American ships is a story of relentless innovation. Each hull tells a story, shaped by the mission it was designed for, the technology of its time, and the strategic challenges of its era. Ships are more than just machines of war, they are expressions of national will, floating embassies, and shields that protect commerce and allies across the globe. The arc of their design, from wood to iron, sail to nuclear power, cannons to networked missiles, is a direct reflection of America's journey. It's a history that is still being written, on every ocean, every day, by the sailors who stand the watch. The challenges of tomorrow will demand new designs, new technologies, and new ideas, continuing this 250-year legacy of mastering the seas. If you enjoyed this journey through naval history, subscribe to Timelines and like the video to help us create more content like this.